Alafia, greetings and Hotep. Thank you so much for joining me today. We are live on our Facebook Live. We are live also on Spreaker. And we are live on Blog Talk, Oracle Divination Network. Thank you so much. And our topic is how to enter into the industry of claim processing, billing, and medical health coding. We're going to be dedicating this to those women who are looking to transition into a new profession, who might not realize that medical health records and IT is one of the top-notch professions that is in demand today. And we want to address that area of claim processing along with billing and coding. And we're going to be talking about home health coding, where you can work remotely from your home. That is with background training, of course. We want to equate you to some of the things that have been going on in the allied health profession. Hello, Facebook, Facebook friends. I don't know if you're starting with me or not. We want to make sure Facebook friends is starting with us. So I can't see Facebook friends going on.
Yeah, maybe you just went back.
Okay.
I'm about to leave soon.
Oh, you can leave? Thank you. I get it to you. Facebook friends, come here, friends. Okay, you finna go now? Come give me a hug. You better take some for that sore throat. Oh, okay. I'd like to say that in the healthcare profession and in IT, it is a blooming industry where people are going into this field and finding that they can work remotely from their home. I want you to know that that is an additive for corporations because they could save money so they don't have to have absenteeism. The workload is less. People can get their work done while at home because there's not a lot of downtime like there is when people are stopping by your desk to say hello. So I want to talk a little bit about the foundation. And earlier last year, I talked about taking medical terminology and also taking anatomy and physiology as a foundational courses. Those of you who may have been working in phlebotomy, working as a nurse assistant, or as an LPN, you know about anatomy and physiology, and you probably know about medical term as well. Those are some foundational courses to get you started as a preparatory, to get you started in the profession. We want you to understand that these particular skills are noteworthy where you can use them to better yourself. Now, we are live on Spreaker, and to my Spreaker friends, I'd like to say thank you so much for being 100%, being more than 100 and following me. And we definitely want to dedicate this show to Spreaker. They've been so consistently on the money and following us and being a part of what we're doing. So those women who have asked me about, what about employment and claims? How can I get in the field of claims? Claim processing is a big area. And literally you have a division of claim processor, you have coders, and then you have billers. So you can get your credential in billing alone, and you can become a claim processor and endorse with a certificate. However, I'm talking about gaining the knowledge for all of these areas, claim processing and billing and coding. Now, coding is an animal all of its own, where it's such heavy concentration that they now have a certificate for a 1-year program in coding alone. And you can take the billing class separately too. There are a number of different companies out here that are offering billing, coding, as well as going back to school to become a claim processor. A lot of companies like Blue Cross Blue Shield, they have been noted to train you on the job. Train you on the job so that you know exactly how to process a claim from front to finish. And it is a process, and it is a step-by-step process. Yes, you're going to have a little medical background in medical term. So you can look at the diagnosis. You look at the procedure, what was done to this patient, and it helps you to read the doctor's summary so that when you are paying this claim, you know exactly what is utilization review, what is customary and usual for that particular procedure. Now, I've been a teacher for quite a while, and I taught for Blue Cross Blue Shield as a manager for their claim processing. And I've had the opportunity. Hold tight, please.
See you later.
All right. You seem like you're coming over the cold.
No, I don't.
Why you all stopped up?
I'm not stopped up.
Okay, well, how's things been going for you? I'm gonna go to the room again. I'll get that back to you. Thank you. All right. Close up your chest. Close your chest up. Okay, and we are live again here. Thank you so much, audience, for following me on Facebook, my Facebook friends. Hello out there. Let's see who we have. Richard Jackson, hello. Billy Thomas, how are you? And let me see if we have anybody to chat with on, I want to invite some people. Facebook friends, I'm inviting you to be a part. Okay, see if I can get you to come in. Let's see. Let me see. I don't know how I could do that. Okay. Well, Facebook friends, it says invite Facebook friends. Let me see. Okay, let me see how I can invite them. Let me see. We're going to tag some Facebook friends and see if we can get them to come in. I have never had Facebook friends in my Spreaker before, but we're going to see what we could do. See how many of them show up. And you are welcome to call in to my blog talk. Please do call in to blog talk. The air, we're on the air, and the phone lines are open now for you to call in. So please do. Now I'm going to see. I can tag you. Okay, I tagged a few Facebook friends out there, and hopefully we'll get them to come in. It's lonely out here, Facebook friends, so please do call in. Once again, we're talking about the industry of claim processing, billing, and medical health coding. Now, let me be more specific about the medical health coding. I'm talking about medical health coding so that those people that work in the hospital, this is different from working in the hospital and outpatient. This is working in home health coding, hospice, and also working in the area of nursing homes. And that is a new area that I'm introducing people to. And people, our phone line number is 760-539-3247. We're waiting for your call. You can call in at any time. And we're going to go to commercial, and we'll be right back at you after we come off this dusty road. Hello, Facebook. Hello, Sonia. Hello, Billy. Hello, Dwayne. Who is that? Don Fuller. Richard Jackson. Hello, Sonia. Jeffrey. How are you? Thank you so much for joining me. And this is Oracle Divination Network coming at you live here on Facebook as well as on Spreaker. How are my Spreaker family doing out there? Now, on Facebook, you can't hear the music in the background, but we are playing a little music for our online people on Blog Talk Radio station. We'd like to invite you to be our guest. Also, you can call in on our station live at 760-539-3247. And we are live talking about how to enter the industry of claim processing, billing, and medical health coding. Now, for those people that are new to my channel and who are not familiar with me doing work as a coding buddy, I have several recorded segments on Coding Buddy. I have taken people from the beginning of coding in the foundational classes of science, anatomy, and medical terminology. I've actually taught that online, giving people a sample of what they would be getting involved in. These are professions that you can go into without a prerequisite of a bachelor's degree. And the reason why I'm harping so much on this, it seems like these days everything requires that you have a bachelor's degree. In this profession, you can have the ABCs behind your name, and these ABCs behind your name will assist you in coming into the profession to get other ABCs behind your name, which carry just as much weight as a bachelor's degree would. Because in the industry of the medical field, they usually have in-house training and they send their employees out to training. And once they get these continuing education hours, they're just good as gold because they can promote within the system. And the reason why I'm telling you this is that there is for the, let's look at AAPC, there is a PCP where their training requires you to have a 2-year associate degree and you can actually sit for the license. Or you can go straight in and sit for the license if you think you're competent enough. Now, the government does not require you have a bachelor's degree to sit for this exam. It would be nice to do a thorough review. And what I've been offering is a review, telling people let's process through the training material and do the review and prep ourselves so that once we're given a claim, we know exactly what to do with the summary report and the patient's records. We know how to pay the claim. So a lot of you might want to go strictly into claims and learn how to pay a claim. And when you're learning how to pay a claim, that makes you a claim processor. Then you can pick up billing, learning how to, if they're going to do the billing on inside, and if they decide to outsource it, you can become their specialist and collecting those funds, those fees that they have, and become a billing expert. Then, as you're doing the billing, you can also go and get training in becoming a coder. And that is somebody who puts the code on for utilization review. To pay a customary claim, you must know the codes for that area, what is customary, and what do most doctors charge, so that these doctors are not charging over the amount or under the amount and leaving money on the table. So it's very vital that you get an understanding what a claim processor does and what a medical billing consultant does. A medical billing may come in and have letters that they send out to the patient who are not paying their bills, giving them a last chance before they send over to a collection agency to collect on that bill. So the doctor doesn't want to have a fallout with that patient. They want to keep that patient as a continual patient. So they offer them a deal they can't refuse in paying that bill. And that's what a collection billing person would do. Now, let me also go to the audience and see if we have anyone that would like to respond on this. We are going to be taking phone calls. You can call in at 760-539-3247 to get the guests. Let me see. For the guests to call in, 760-539-3247. You can call in on that line, and we are taking questions and answers. This is the time for people who work as LPN or nurse's aide or phlebotomist, and you want to move up in your profession and you've had your foundational anatomy and physiology, this is the opportunity to take some internal classes in your job, on your job, that will help you to be able to sit for these alphabets, because they don't require you to have a bachelor's. And there are a lot of people out there that are at a dead-end job and they want to move up in their profession. This is the way to move up when you become a coding expert. A coding expert is in demand, and their salaries will be in demand for a while, because a doctor cannot run his office without a coding expert there to put the codes on that are customary and usual, so that the government won't come in and do an audit. If you are overcharging these patients and putting the wrong code on, then you could be targeted for an audit. And the doctor doesn't want that, because once he's targeted for an audit, he's got to explain why his office is overcoding more than the doctor down the road. Now, let me also say that some of the things you can look forward to when you work remotely from your home. You can set your own schedule, but most people that come into this profession, they have to have a minimum of 5 years of experience behind them on the job in the office before most agencies will allow you to work remotely from your home. They want to make sure you don't need supervision and that you can handle yourself. How you doing there, John? Thank you so much for joining me. We have two Johns, okay? John Duval, how are you? And John Oris, how are you? Thank you so much for joining me. Now, to my Facebook friends, I like to say welcome, welcome. Hello, Jesse Howard. How are you? Thank you so much for following me. And do continue to put the 2 thumbs up and tell somebody about my show. Let somebody know, tell a friend to join us and to become not only just a friend, but become a follower. And for those people on my Spreaker, I have so much support from Spreaker, and the following numbers are great. I want to thank you personally for continuing to follow me. In such a short time, I build up the momentum. Put those 2 thumbs up for me and tell somebody about my show. Now, I'm going to go out to Spreaker, and I'm going to see if I can invite somebody from Facebook again. Feeling kind of lonely over here, Facebook. Let's see who we can invite. Okay. I'm going to ask some people we're going to do this again here. Maybe they'll get tired of me calling them and asking them to join me, but I'm going to ask them one more time, so they won't say that I didn't try to get them in on the mix. All right, people. So how are we doing? How's my Facebook friends doing? How are my Spreaker friends doing? And how are my Blog Talk friends doing? Blog Talk and I have been together for more than 10 years. We celebrated our 10th year earlier this year, and we want to keep on celebrating our 10th year. So I'm going to tag some people. Let's see what happens here. Okay. All right. I sent out the invitations for the clarion call, and I'm going to go to commercial, and I'm going to bring you in a second. Hold tight. Ooh, let's see. We knocked some people down over there on Facebook. Let's see who we got over here. Russell, how are you, Russell? And Cheryl, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. This is your Omi Inca 7 live coming at you on Facebook, and Omi Inca 8 live coming at Spreaker. We want to thank each and every one of you for joining us this afternoon or this evening, wherever you might be in the diaspora. Some of us may be in foreign lands, internationally. I don't know who I'm speaking to from different countries. So I want to say that I do appreciate you, because I have not been on in a while. And hello there, Thomas. How are you, Thomas Anderson? Thank you. I'm waving back at you. And put those 2 thumbs up for Omi. I am the leader in this profession. So please do follow the leader. And don't forget, to tell someone about my show and become a follower, okay? And I'm not asking you to make any donations. I've never asked you for any donations in the 10 years that I've been on this station. I've only asked you to listen to what I have to say and follow the leader. It might bless you. And I want you to know that I am grateful. I'm grateful to the speaker for getting my numbers up there above what I could expect. I'm not going to sit here and brag about it, but speaker, you know who you are. You've been supporting me in my organic broadcaster as I talked about allied health profession and the medical field. So the two go together. Now, we wanted to take the first part of the show and talk about how do you get in this profession, but we wanted to save the best for last. I did invite two young ladies, Alexis and Joy White, and we also invited Rakira, and we invited these ladies because we wanted to talk about something spiritual. So the second half of the show is going to be dedicated to talking about something spiritual. How are you doing, Erin? Thank you so much for joining me. This part of the show, ladies and gentlemen, as we enter this part of the show, we're going to be talking about the journey and the path towards spirituality. How do you get there? How do you know you've been called? How do you know that God has delegated you as the one in your family to lead the family to spirituality? What kind of callings do you have on you? And what kind of unctions do you have where you know that God has appointed you to become not only the muck of the family, but the leader in spiritual things, the guidance, the person who is going to plan for the path for your whole family's spirituality and how you're going to be buried, married, and baptized. So let's talk about it, people. Our phone lines are open at 760-539-3247. Call in. Let's let those phone lights light up for this Blog Talk radio station. Light up the phone lights. We have quite a few people that listen to me on Blog Talk, and we've had the consistent people that are following. If you're out there, call in now. Now is the time to call in. Speaker, you can call in also. And Facebook. I know you never pick up the pen, but pick the pen up and write something. And do call in at those digits, 760-539-3247. Let's get on with it. Now, we're talking about a spiritual path. And there are many people misguided lately, and they're not on the path and don't know which way to go. And they're misguided with their relationships. And I'm not just talking about intimate relationships, platonic relationships in general. They can't seem to get along with their significant other or their friends. They're always having it out with their best friends, and they tend to lose more friends than they gain. Well, listen, family, you only need 3 or 4 good friends, enough to count on your 5 fingers. And you need to be consistently doing the right things with those 5 friends. Not lying to them, being a man or woman of your word, assisting them as a mentor, helping them to grow and develop into the person they should be, supporting them in their endeavors and their lifestyles with their dreams. Because when you have a friend, it's someone that believes in your dream and that wants to listen to your dreams and hear about what your desires are. If someone's always turning you off and saying, hey, I don't want to hear it. You're always talking about your dreams. You're always telling me about what it is you want. And all I do is listen to your desires. No, cut that person off. Stop that person right there. If you're my friend, and if I'm listening to you about all your desires and wants, by golly, I'm going to expect you to listen to me every once in a full blue moon. And if they can't do that, when they call, chicka-boom. All right, Gladys, I got to go. Bye. Because they will consume you like energy. They will zap away from you by dumping on you everything that they have in their heart to tell you, but they never have the time to listen to you, or they don't want to hear what you got to say. You are building relationships. Relationships mean that you're a spoon coons. and that you're doing things together for each other. You wink the eye every now and then because he understands and you understand. And it doesn't have to be an intimate relationship. It can be a platonic relationship. It's okay to have buddies as your friend, but not while you're engaged to somebody or married to someone. You got to cut that off. You got to have a distance and let that person know we're getting too close here. I already have a fiance. I'm already married, and we cannot get intimate if we are platonic friends. Now, I see too many people arguing online. They're constantly dogging out the people they say that are their friend. How are you going to dog out somebody that you claim is your right-hand man, that is your shoulder? And when you cut that person off, you cutting off your arm, and you now hemorrhaging. And that's what we got to look at. There are not enough people that want to be married anymore. What is the problem here? Oh no, I want to do my own thing, and she's going to do her own thing, and I'm going to do my own thing, and we don't need to be married. What's going on here? Okay. I don't know why it's doing that. Can you see me there? Okay. For some reason, it's doing something different here. Facebook people, can you see me? Let me try to see what we can do here for Facebook friend. Something's happening here. Okay. Okay, here we go. Somebody jumped in there and turned my television around. Leave my television alone. Don't mess with it. Keep your hands off of it. I'm trying to entertain these Facebook people. All right, Facebook, we're all right now. We're live again. Okay. Now, once again, I've seen situations where people claim to be somebody's friend. Then I can hear them dogging them out, putting them down. And then when the person shows up, oh, hey, Ace Boom Coon, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's happening? Now they pretend to be that person's best friend. I mean, I'm not having it. Either you will or you won't. Either you do or you don't. But we are too old and we come too far to play games with each other and to pretend to be friends and not let the other person know exactly how you feel. Now, that's the way I feel about you. And there's nothing you can do about it. If you tell that person, we've been friends for a long time, I am going to adore you, I'm going to be your friend, regardless of what you do, but you can't walk over me like a rug. You cannot roll over me like a carpet. You've got to understand that you're going to honor my desires, my wants, and respect me. I don't care if you don't like me, but you will respect me. So we got to get to that point. We got to tell our best friends what we expect of them, what we want from them. We just can't let them continue to walk over us and do their thing and then tell somebody, I'm walking over her all the time. You know, she don't care. I can step on her and she'll never say anything. Now, we're talking about spirituality. Does that have anything to do with spirituality? Can you tell somebody you spiritual when you're doing those kind of things? And another thing, all of these newfound people who are online now, cutting the cards, reading the cards, they think that makes them a spiritual being. They think because they went down to the corner store, bought a deck of cards, their tarot cards, now they're reading. Oh boy, now look, they're moving up, they're a witch. Quit telling people you're a witch just because you know how to burn candles and you know how to put spells up under the candle. Quit telling people that you can put your intention in candles to hurt people. I guarantee you it won't be long before your field life will be crushed and you'll be out of business real quick, fast, and in a hurry. We got too many people out here that want to be sorcerers. They don't want to be spiritualists. They don't want to take the time to pray to God. Oh no, they don't want to put the time in to get on their knees. They don't want to put the time in to say, look, I'm in my quarters with God and I are one and we are coming into wholeness and I'm spending time with God so I become more like God. And then I can tell somebody I can read them without tarot cards. Oh yes, You can read the aura around people without the tarot cards. And you begin to see into the lives of the people you love. And you don't need all these apparatuses like tarot cards. I would care not to see another person on this airway that has a deck of cards in their hand talking about they are clairvoyant. Clairvoyant calls for more than just reading cards. It calls for being an impact where you can actually see into the lives of others. It makes you spiritual. And you have to be one with the universe. Say that, one with the universe. When you're one with the universe, when you see the animals disconnected from you and injured, you become injured because you and the animals are one. You and the coyote are one. Because that's how God makes things. He makes us in universal attachment. The laws of attachment are written that way. We cannot go out here telling everybody, I'm a spiritualist. I do reading of the tarot cards. Then you keep on doing your readings because a lot of people are jumping up letting any and everybody read them. Don't let everybody read you. Everybody don't have your best interest. And everybody don't want to do right by you. They want to control you. Get rid of these controlling friends. Because now they got you by a shoestring. They're holding on to you because every word they speak, you want them to do a reading on you, tell you something about yourself. Then tell yourself. Do your own reading. Quit allowing other people to read upon how you're going to fare in the future. It's very vital that we understand what spirituality means when you're walking in a path. We're not quite on the right-hand side or the left, but we're on the middle way passage. We're on our way, but we're not giving in to people who we know are purposely damaging others. We know a lot of people like that. We know people right now that have hex on other people and that are trying to do harm to them and are trying to make them stumble. They better be careful when they dig that first hole that they don't have to dig a second one for themselves. We got a lot of people like that. Oh, yeah. I mean, some people can come to me clear as day saying, oh, me, I want to know how to get into the spiritual path. They're not looking to get into the spiritual path. They want to know what's on my mind and what I got up my sleeve. You got a lot of devilish people. And they don't know how to be sincere if they wanted to. You got to tell them, I sincerely suggest you stop lying to me because you're doing nothing but lying. You got to read people. If their intentions is wrong against you, you got to tell them. You can't continue to think that that person has your best interest. We are talking about developing wholesome relationships before we go on a path to become spiritual. Because no one's going to let you sit down and learn all of their gifts and all of their secrets and hand them over to you. Some people think that this gift that you acquired, that you can just hand it over to them. They have to cultivate their gift. They have to cultivate their gift. They have to spend some time with God and working on themselves. Never give your gifts over to anyone and never cast your gifts to the swine because people want to use you to do harm to other people. But we're on a spiritual path. How do we stay on that spiritual path? What is it that we need to do when we know that somebody has it all for us? What do we have to do? We have to let them know honestly, I'm on to you. I got your number. And sooner than not, you are going to meet your match. I might be soft-spoken, I may be quiet, but don't think I won't put some fire up under your butt. And let them know what you're capable of doing. Let them know that you'll throw some fiery darts on them. But don't put up with them. If you have to, take them out of your tribe. Say, I'm removing you from my tribe. You are no longer a part of our tribe. Dismiss them. You're dismissed, you silly rabbit. And you dismiss them. And don't be afraid to dismiss them. Because they're waiting on the opportunity to pounce on you. Because they done told somebody, oh, she gonna let me get away with this. She always do. You know, she's a pushover. I know she coming back. But you have to even tell those young men, I'm sorry, I won't be back. I won't be coming back no more. You let them know. And you clearly let them know you are on to them. A clairvoyant spiritual woman never has to jeopardize her character, her belief system. She never has to change any of those things just to be able to be your friend. A real spiritual woman is on a path to do good and not harm. A real spiritual man or woman is out there trying to do righteous things for his community. And he doesn't have to take pay for those things. He will stand up and be courageous and speak out against injustice, no matter what the cost may be. So as we build ourselves up to become spiritual, we must remember there's some people that want to speak against us and waiting for us to fall. But if you've done the right thing by God, God will send a laborer in the harvest for you. And that person will be your anchor. That person will be the one that will support you. And he or she or it won't let you fall. Because the Spirit won't let anything slip up on you. It will always bring things to remembrance so that you are not lost and out there by yourself. But we as a people have got to come a long way from where we were. We used to be each other's keeper, and now we are the most devastating thing to each other, and criminalistic, I might add, to those people that we say we love. We watch them fall and stumble, and when our brother has fallen or sister has fallen, we don't ever come back to pick them up. Well, when you have been strengthened, the Bible said, go back and pick your brothers and sisters up when you have been strengthened. I want you to be strengthened today. And in all your doings, get wisdom and get understanding. And be strengthened. And pass it on to your brothers and sisters. Even though they might be in the Willie Lynch segment, like in the barrel of crabs. Pray for those people who would despitefully use you and pick them up anyhow. And let them know that they were once your enemy. But because you've been committed to recruit friends, that you're going to give them another chance. And let them know that they're walking on thin ground, shaky ground. So while they are given another chance to be your friend, you let them know that you don't have a problem dismissing them. Because before you walk, how can one or two walk together unless they both agree? If you walk together with corrupted behavior, you'll become like that corrupted behavior. It's very vital that we get an understanding what spirituality means. It's sure not getting a bunch of candles and putting spells out there. It's not getting everything you want and telling people they can come to you and you can put a spell out there so they can get everything they want. It's not about that. It's not about that at all. It's about us maintaining our character and having good charisma and being able to understand what the Beatitudes are. Love, kindness, and patience. And those who are able to wait it out and have long suffering, those are the ones that get the reward. There's a reward that can be had for being patient and long suffering. God gives us that reward, and we want God to hand us a reward. And with long life have I satisfied you. Long life is granted to us for being genuinely good and being focused on the right things to do in life. A lot of us do not live out our life expectancy. Some of us get to live a long life, and you better know it, that with their long life, God has satisfied them, and they're of same mind. Getting old does not mean you have to lose your mind or develop Alzheimer's. Some of us are going to be in our 60s, and when we're in our 60s, we're going to have a clever mind. A mind that is stayed on God is clearly visible, where we can think things through, and we keep our thoughts and mind on God at all times. I don't know where black people are getting this from. We're getting more devilish than as the day go by. We are thinking of ways to diminish our brothers and sisters. We are trying to cut off the path for our family members, preventing them from going forward. But we can't say we're spiritual when we're doing those kind of things. So we got a lot of people now professing to be spiritual, and they want to come into our faith. They want to become a priestess, and they want to even call on our ancestors and call down the spirits and say that I'm spiritual. Well, how are you going to call down our ancestors when your mother and fathers were the ones that were character assassinating us and destroying us? And now you want to call yourself a priestess? I don't think so. We got to fix that. We got to stop telling white people that they can be a spiritualist in our society. Who are they going to be calling on? Which ancestors? We teach them to go back to their community and do a better job of debriefing their white people from being white supremacists. And we help them to teach them that they don't have to be white supremacists. And then they would have done their job. But don't let them come into your camp wanting to take over your camp. Now they want to show you how spiritual they can be. Be spiritual within your own community. They've done enough to take away our homes and give us redlining and say we cannot buy from white people in certain areas. They've done enough when they prevented us from having the income that we desire and living, forcing us to be at a lower poverty level. So when they say they want to help, I can tell them there's a lot of areas we could point you in the direction of where you can help, but this is not one of them. But we've got to get clear on this, that we being spiritual, God gave us this gift. He gave us the ability to be an impact where we could feel the pain and hurt of others. He gave us the ability to naturally heal through sending our frequency and our energy. We are nothing but frequency and energy. We're combustible fire. And when we have high frequencies, we have the ability to send our energy to lift the spirit of those that are lowliest of heart and the brokenhearted, to lift them. Because they are looking for our organs now, because they know that with our melanin, our organs generate a lot of frequency. And they are doing all kinds of things where they are taking human bodies off the street to distract their organs. All these things we have got to explain to them that we are not for this. And we cannot have you in our camp if this is what you think you are supposed to do to other human beings, mutilating their bodies all for their organs. But nevertheless, we've got to come back to reasoning and understanding that as we stay in their world, wanting to live like them, have the things that they have, then we soon become like them. We got to understand we cannot be consumed by material things, and we have got to understand it has never been material things that have driven us. We stayed focused on the love that we had for each other. Why not embrace each other again and show our brothers and sisters the way we once used to love them? The Bible said, "Oh, you will know them by the way they love one another." And that is genuinely loving each other and caring for each other and doing for each other without expecting anything in return. But we've gotten to the point where we cannot get enough material things. And as long as we are living our lives in greed and cannot get enough, we will always be consuming somebody else's things and coveting somebody else's things. But what I want to tell you is that spirituality is a long path. It takes a while to get there. And for those listening audience out there in my speaker, I want you to know that we are so happy that you could join us today and come here and support us, as well as Blog Talk radio station, who I've been with for over 10 years. Thank you so very much for joining us. And we are going to go to commercial. Hold tight. We'll be right back at you.
No, I Won't Settle. Read by the author, Sherelle Omiinka Bidiako Garth. No, I won't settle. No will I be brought. Not after all the lessons that I've been taught. Lessons of how people can push your backs against the wall and harassing you until you fall, trying to make you feel unfit to run an operation
Thank you so
That was
much. You
never
can't hear
legit.
the music in the background.
No, I won't
But
settle.
on my radio station,
No,
the
will I
music
be
is going
brought?
right now.
Not after
So I
all the
welcome you to
lessons
be a
that
part
I have been
of
taught.
the phone lines.
The
Our
lessons
number
and
is
dedication and commitment that are paid with a
760-539-3247.
price
You
in
can call
exchange
anytime
for
and voice your
avoiding a
opinion.
long, drawn-out fight.
Here you can hear
Coveting
me
the
live and I can
possessions of
talk to
others.
you.
It's more than a sin. No, you can't win. It will only get you bypass jail and straight to hell. And those who participate in it don't sing the seldom farewell. No, I won't settle. Nor will I be brought. Not after all the lessons that I've been